Good morning, distinguished guests. My warm welcome to the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinando R. Marcos Jr., Cabinet members, and government officials. Let me also recognize my Filipino colleagues joining us this morning. 70% of the staff in our headquarters are Filipinos. The Asian Development Bank has a special and enduring partnership with the Philippines as our host country. Mr. President, your father, the late President Ferdinand Marcos, was instrumental in establishing ADB's headquarters in Manila in 1966, as you know. The Philippines has always shown us its warmest hospitality. During the COVID-19 lockdown in early 2020, I had the privilege of returning some of this generosity by distributing food packages procured under our Bayan Bayanihan project to over 260,000 vulnerable families in Metro Manila. I'm also grateful that the Philippines could host our annual meeting September last year, where we announced ADB's $14 billion assistance package from 2022 to 2025 to help our developing member countries address food security issue. ADB has been our steadfast development partner to the Philippines. Let me highlight two aspects of this partnership briefly. First, ADB has increased its financing to the Philippines by fourfold, reaching a total of $12.7 billion between 2018 and 2022. This year alone, in 2023, we expect to provide up to $4 billion to support the government's socio-economic agenda and build better and more infrastructure development program. This includes preparation of several transformative projects such as the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge Project, the Davao Public Transport Modernization Project, and the Integrated Floods Resilience and Adaptation Project. Second, the Philippines is especially vulnerable to the impacts of climate change because of its exposure to severe weather events, with 70% of the population residing along the coast. ADB is fully committed to helping the Philippines address climate change, and it will be a core priority of our assistance going forward. So let me close by commending your leadership, Mr. President, and the administration's development priorities. We will stand by you as the country strives to eliminate poverty and achieve upper middle income status. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asakawa. At this juncture, may we invite Secretary Benjamin Jokno of the Department of Finance to introduce our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you, Finance Secretary Ben Jokno, and all cabinet members who are here present. President Asakawa, you know, this is the most that we have. We don't have cabinet meetings with the entire cabinet, but we could have it today because the entire cabinet has shown up, which just goes to show the importance and the priority that we put to the partnership between ADB and the government. And of course, President Asakawa and the officials of the Asian Development Bank, my fellow workers in government, and our all-important partners in the private sector. And distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I thank you I thank the Asian Development Bank and its leadership for this gesture which I wholeheartedly accept in behalf of the Filipino people. We gather today at a propitious time. Just a few days ago, the World Health Organization officially declared that COVID-19 is no longer a public health emergency of international concern. While the declaration does not mean that we abruptly abandon our universal health protocols, it certainly gave the world the reassurance that perhaps the worst is over. Thankfully, because of swift breakthroughs in virology and vaccinology, communities were able to build effective response systems while humanity was able to boost its immune system. With this development, we can now refocus our plans and priorities and train our sides with renewed vigor. Carefully guided by the stinging lessons of the pandemic, we can now refocus our priorities on the development of our economy and the betterment of the lives of ordinary Filipinos. When I met with the Board of Governors of ADB last September, just 3 months since my assumption of office, I highlighted the need for our country to safely navigate through the waters of the post-pandemic world, and in that way firmly anchor our economy, not just on the new normal, but on the better normal. The pandemic did not blur our national vision that was already very clear to us even before it supervened. Our goal remains to be the same as in pre-pandemic circumstances. Our goal is still to evolve our economy into one that is defined by sustainability, climate resilience, responsiveness, and, of course, inclusivity. I also spoke about my administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda, which laid the blueprint for the Philippine Development Plan for 2023 to 2028. Built on a transformative agenda to lift off from the economic setbacks of the pandemic, the plan aims to achieve economic prosperity, inclusivity, and resilience through the two-pronged approach, developing and protecting the capabilities of individuals and of families, and transforming production sectors to generate more quality jobs and competitive products. To facilitate the whole transformation process, these must be firmly implanted on the foundation of an enabling government environment that encompasses key aspects and sectors such as peace and justice, infrastructure, inclusive finance, good governance, and climate and disaster resilience. We say all hands on deck in order to make the plan work. Whole of government and whole of society approaches, public-private partnerships, international collaborations shall be adopted as necessary. We will engage our tried and tested and dependable partners and allies to help us out in this can only be described as a monumental exercise. Magnificently perched on its permanent site here on our home soil, the ADB has always been a steadfast ally for nearly 6 decades now, ever reliable and unparalleled in its developmental assistance programs that have spanned across many, many political cycles. In my 9-month tenure thus far, there are already 3 strategic programs that have been signed with ADB, and there are many more in the pipeline. All these calculated to strongly backstop our pursuit of high-priority developmental goals. Moreover, as we were informed, we await the release of the country partnership strategy for 2024 to 2029, which shall clearly spell out the ADB's recommended medium-term development agenda for the Philippines. Guided by the theme of investing in climate, Filipinos, and the future, it appears to tie in quite nicely with the Philippine Development Plan. We note the theme's strong emphasis on climate and its intimate relation to the people and to our future. According to the 2022 World Bank report, climate change will continue to pose a threat to the Philippines. There is now a high likelihood of the El Nino phenomenon, which we are preparing for as we speak. That is on top of the dreaded big one. Our country recently topped the World Risk Index 2022, which means that we have been found to have the highest disaster risk among the 193 countries in the planet. A highly undesirable distinction that we somehow have come into. In spite of these, certain things have remained constant, such as the geographical fact that the Philippines still lies along the typhoon belt and the ring of fire in the Pacific. But set against the backdrop of all these worrisome realities and statistics, the whole point is that the climate change agenda is compelling, not only for our Philippines, but for that matter, the rest of the world. Our options are limited. We must mitigate, we must adapt, and if we do not do that, we must suffer. As the climate expert has warned us so many years ago, but somehow the world did not listen. If we do not act, climate change can, will, and already is unleashing nature's fury upon our communities and our people. Cognizant of all these, we have strategically integrated the climate agenda into the plan. As we ramp up annual public infrastructure spending to 6% of GDP, consistent with the Build Better, More program, we will incorporate the elements of sustainability, climate resilience, and disaster proofing in all phases of societal and infrastructural planning, design, construction, up to operation and maintenance. It will be implemented in our water supply, in our sanitation, energy, and transportation systems, including agri and food production and many other essential areas. Climate change will be the lodestar for our integral national policies and investment decisions. In keeping with our solid partnership that we have had for decades, we will look to the ADB for crucial developmental intervention in these critical areas. As the climate bank of the Asia and the Pacific, the ADB has proven its reliability in extending strategic financing and technical assistance for climate-responsive projects. The Philippines stands to greatly benefit from this mutually beneficial relationship with the ADB. We are aware of the responsibilities that this relationship carries with it. But we will re-echo my father's words during the ADB inauguration some 57 years ago. We will meet those responsibilities. We will ensure that the plans and projects are stringently and timely executed. We will also ensure judicious utilization of the loans and other technical assistances that are provided to the country. As we carry forward to the concept of better normal under the post-pandemic circumstances, our vision for the Philippines is for it to be able to provide a comfortable, secure life to its citizens, for us to be able to be self-sufficient in basic needs and essential services, sustainable in our strategies, vibrant industries and investment propelling our economy. It is our continuing and collective hope that the ADB will continue to be there by our side to lend its support throughout our transformative journey. So, once again, let us celebrate 2 more years of fruitful relationship between the Philippines and the Asian Development Bank. Thank you all for all that you have done in the many years, and I thank you in anticipation for all that we will be doing together in the coming years. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much, and good morning.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now, may we invite the President, together with the Cabinet Secretaries and ADB senior officials, for the ceremonial toast. May we request all our guests to remain standing. Thank you. May we propose a toast as a symbol of gratitude and in celebration of the partnership between the Asian Development Bank and the Philippine government. Cheers! Mabuhay! Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant a photo opportunity. May we invite on stage ADB Board of Directors. ADB Management Committee, please prepare. Again, ADB Management Committee, please prepare at this part of the stage. Thank you. Kindly exit to your right. May now invite on stage the ADB Management Directors. ADB Southeast Asia Regional Department and Philippine Country Office staff, please stand by. Thank you. Kindly exit to your right.